And we say good morning to you. We're broadcasting live. We're on the road again today at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue on this Tuesday, listen to me, March the 5th, 2024. Absolutely gorgeous outside. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Good time to come by here. Give them time to order your hickory smoked Easter hams. They're taking orders until the the 27th? That's that Wednesday before Easter, which would be, the 27th. And so bone in at $9.49 a pound. The boneless hams are $12.99 a pound. And if you've never had a Phil's Dream Pit hickory smoked ham, oh, unbelievably good. Got to do it. Got to try it. And once you do it, you'll be hooked. And so you can, again, call in here and place your order, or you can do it online at philsdreampit.com. Either way, you can do it, and probably easier way just to call in. And so tell them we would love to have a ham or hams for Easter. Again, the cutoff is the 27th. You pick them up on Good Friday or on that Saturday, the day before Easter, to pick them up. And so with the heating instructions, it comes, again, shrink wrapped. No, vacuum packed. How about that? Vacuum packed, ready to go. So can't go wrong with it, folks. Pulled in here today to set up for the show. Go smell it. Oh, yes, the smoker's been going all night long. They opened the doors here. They had them lined out the door, and it's been going great guns. Of course, they're closed on Sundays and Mondays, so folks have not had the great Phil's Dream Pit barbecue since Saturday. So open today, ready to go Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 7 here at Phil's Dream Pit, Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. Well, sectionals are in the books. State tournament appearances, here we go. We're going to be talking about the guys who played last night and set the tone. We've got several teams heading to the boys tournament next week. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, going to be joined by Bill Francis, head basketball coach at Dobyns-Bennett. The Lady Indians on the bus, literally, heading to the big dance in Murfreesboro. They play there tomorrow. We'll talk to Coach Francis later in the show. Also, Matt Birchfield, head coach of the Cloudland Lady Highlanders. He'll join us coming up at the top of the hour. Then later on, Jeff Birchfield will be along, talk a little NASCAR and Kingsport Speedway. So lots going on, so we'll talk to Coach Birchfield from Cloudland and Coach Francis from Dobyns-Bennett. We'll do that coming up here in just a little while. Let's do the national anthem as we always do. We got to play the national anthem here. The Kingdom Airs from Dollywood on the Tom Taylor Sports.
One, two. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
I'm back on the Tom Dolan Sports Show, ready to go here. Let's take a look at it. Last night, the sectionals. Who did what across Northeast Tennessee as far as the old boys sectional or sub-state? In 4A, Morristown East punches their ticket to the state tournament. They beat Bearden 54-52. I would think that would be to some degree an upset in that particular game. Maryville, no problem. Morristown West, 88-57. So Maryville goes. Morristown East is going. Laverne beat Walker Valley by 5, and Cookville a 9-point win over Bradley Central. So those are the 4A teams going to the big dance. Last night down in Jonesboro, Crockett whipped them. Is that the right word? Annihilated the Union County team. Final score was 63-18. Wow. This is a sub-state game, sectional sub-state game, 63-18. Crockett wins it. They move on. Fulton beat Tennessee High 71-42. Fulton goes to 31-2. They move on. Red Bank beat Lawrence County and Upperman, a 20-point win over South Doyle. So all four of those teams are going to the big dance. In 2A, Alcoa, a 6-point winner over Tyner. Austin East, the Roadrunners heading off to the state tournament. They beat Brainerd by 7. East Nashville beat Heritage by 5. And Whites Creek, they're going. They are 18-point winner over Jackson County. In 2A basketball, 1A basketball, congratulations to North Green. They're going. They beat Harriman by 4. University High got beat. Unfortunately, Jellicoe beat them by 6, so University High was eliminated. Chattanooga Prep goes. They're a 13-point winner over Pickett County. And Gordonsville goes. They beat South Pittsburgh by 14. So that's who's going to the big dance. We've got the bracketing already set up and ready to go. In single A, it'll be North Green playing Santa Fe next Wednesday, the 15th at 5:30, and that'll be M2SU time. In 2A, we'll run down through, none of our local teams are in that one. In 3A, Crockett at 28-6 will play next Thursday at 5:30 against the winner of Ridgeway Bolivar Central. Maybe they're still got to play that one tonight. I'm not sure. They did not. One of those two teams will be the opponent for Crockett next Thursday in Murfreesboro. And then Morristown East in 4A, they'll take on Rossview next Wednesday. So that's your local teams. North Green going. They'll play next Wednesday against Santa Fe. You have in 3A Crockett taking on either Ridgeway or Bolivar Central next Thursday. And then you have Morristown East playing Rossview next Wednesday, the boys' state tournament in Murfreesboro. So congratulations to those three teams that did what they had to do to get that big W, and they move on now to the state tournament next week in Murfreesboro. We'll be checking in when we give them the bottom of the hour with Bill Francis, head basketball coach of Dobbins Minute. They're on the bus, literally, heading to Murfreesboro, and they're going to be playing tomorrow against Coffee County. DB at 24-8, Coffee County at 33-3. We'll see those two teams. We'll talk to him about this team, coming up here in just a few minutes. In 3A, playing Thursday, Cock County against Heritage. Greenville will play Upperman on Thursday. That's in 3A. 2A, none of our local teams are there. Then in single A, you have Cloudland, who we'll talk to coming up at the top of the hour at noon. Again, Matt, Coach, we'll talk to Coach, just went totally blank. Matt, yes. And then North Green will take on Greenfield tomorrow at 4 o'clock. North Green at 26-10, Greenfield at 22-10. Again, Matt, I'll get in here in a second, against Pickett County. Matt and the Cloudland Highlanders 28-1, Pickett County at 26-2. You ever have a brain burp? Were you live on the air? Well, I just had one, so let's see what it is. It's going to drive me nuts, and so we'll do that. And so Facebook is down. There you go. So why am I not surprised? They went down the other night in the middle of the game. So Facebook is down, so we're just on YouTube right now. So let's see what we got here. Let's go back up here to get the Matt Birchfield. Thank you. Matt Birchfield, checking with Coach Birchfield coming up here in just a few minutes. We got some college basketball, pro football news. Russell Wilson, pro football being released by the Broncos on Monday. Started the new NFL season, so Russell Wilson looking for a new home. The early folks who are showing interest are the Steelers, the Vikings, and my boys, the Raiders, looking for a new quarterback. So Russell Wilson looking for a new home as of March the 13th, which is Monday. The Broncos told him they're going to release him. They're on the hook, by the way, for $85 million. Now, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but when you have $85 million you got to come up with, I think I'd work something out with the old boy. But they're not, and so anyway, that's where it's at. The Broncos are releasing him, and so several folks are lining up to try and get his services, again, namely the Minnesota Vikings, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Las Vegas Raiders. So we'll see. Wilson is gone as a Bronco as of Monday. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're live here at Phil's Dream Pit, again, taking orders for La Hickory Smoked Hams. I'm telling you, ain't nothing like them. They are awesome. Every time I take them somewhere, when I get them, and folks enjoy the Hickory Smoked Hams from Phil's Dream Pit, they come back. They want more every time, and I get that. Quick break. We'll be right back after this, talking about the Dream Packs here on the Tom Taylor Sports. Talking to my buddy Brian Pipkin again from Phil's Dream Pit. Let's talk about Dream Packs. How can you help us Dream Packs?
So the beauty of the Dream Pack, Tom, is it lets you feed a lot of people at an affordable price rather than buying individual meals. So, if you've got a party coming up, a graduation, a wedding, just a big get-together in your backyard, or just trying to feed the family on a Thursday night, we're here with our Dream Packs. And great thing about our Dream Packs, we give with them, we do approximately 4 ounces of meat for each person, which is a pretty healthy serving. That's going to get you a good hamburger-sized sandwich. And 3 of our sides, those sides come a pint to every 4 people. And we can do those Dream Packs in numbers anywhere from 4 all the way up to 200 and 300. So as many people as you want to feed, we can assist you, and that Dream Pack is a great way to go to do that.
Company picnics, pick it, class reunions, VBS, Sunday school parties, you name it, for one person, 500 people, whatever the case may be, you're ready to go. You do it all the time.
Absolutely, we sure do. And we can do those Dream Packs cold as well. I actually did that not too long ago. Myself and a couple of my kids, we did a meal after church on Sunday. We literally boxed up everything here in the restaurant just the way we would to a customer, vacuum sealed the meat cold, took it in, and Sunday morning during Sunday school, we popped it on the stove there at the church, heated everything up, threw the beans in the oven. All the other sides were cold and served them right there. Did about 75, 80 people that day. And, literally 30, 45 minutes of prep, and most of that's just waiting. It's not really doing anything. So we can get those cold for you as well if you're planning on meeting on a Sunday or a Monday when we're closed. Just tell us you want it cold, and we'll get it cold, and we'll have it ready to go for you. That's the great thing about it. It's not just, here's a bunch of food, now figure out what to do with it.
Right.
We're going to give you step-by-step instructions on anything you got questions about how to heat it up, what exactly to do, and help you every step of the way.
Meat by the pound. We get over there. Meat by the pound. Tell me about this from Phil's Dream Pit.
Now, if you're not really wanting the full Dream Pack, you don't need sides, or you're planning on doing a potluck thing where everybody brings their own, you can just buy meat from us. Pulled pork, pulled chicken, brisket, smoked turkey. We sell all of that by the pound. At, again, what we feel like a pretty affordable prices for everything being made right here in the house.
Closed on Sundays and Mondays, open Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 7. Again, the meal plates, there's another option to go to from Phil's Dream Pit. There's 11 different meal plates you can work on. And last but not least, squeeze in the sampler platter. Tell me about that, would you please?
Sampler platters let you try just a little bit of everything. Any 2 or 3 meats. Everything we serve except for the half chicken, but due to their time, we can't do them in the sampler platter. But if you're coming in and you're going, I have a hard time deciding between the pulled pork, the brisket, and the ribs, get you a sampler platter with all 3.
There you go. Folks, can't beat it. Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. Social media, how do we find you?
On Facebook, we're also at philsdreampit.com.
philsdreampit.com. My man does a great job. Been with us since
We
day
appreciate
one,
that.
folks.
Thank you.
Day one, he's been with us. We're going to continue this relationship. Our buddy Brian Pipkin right here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Great sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again, we're live here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Man, oh man, what a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Going to be in the low 70s today, rain tomorrow. But again, beautiful today. And so if you're out and about, if you haven't been here lately, come to the Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26 and have lunch with us here again at Phil's Dream Pit right off Interstate 26, right across from Avery Trucking. Easy to find. Russell Wilson, again, as we told you, they're going to be on the hook for $85 million, they being the Denver Broncos. So, again, who's looking at Wilson? Well, for sure the Steelers. They're trying to find a quarterback to struggling to find consistent quarterback play all year, to say the least. Kenny Pickett started 12 games but really didn't do all that good. Trubisky wasn't much better. Mason Rudolph gave him a little bit of life, but they're looking for a long-termer. And so Russell Wilson may fill the bill for the Steelers. Of course, the Raiders, you know that Jimmy Garoppolo began the season as a starting quarterback, got benched in favor of the rookie from Purdue, O'Connell. And so threw for over 2,200 yards, 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Russell Wilson could be a good fit for the Raiders. Devontae Adams has been very vocal, the wide receiver. I want somebody to throw me the ball. The Vikings went through all kinds of quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins, Josh Dobbs, Nick Mullins, Jaron Hall. And so they're looking for a QB. Russell Wilson may be the way to go there, too. They've got some pretty good receivers he can throw to. So Minnesota may be a really good fit. They got Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and T.J. Hawkinson, those three of the guys he can throw the ball to. Also, the Falcons, the Patriots, and the Washington Commanders are also teams looking for a quarterback, or in need of a quarterback. So stay tuned. We'll see where Russell Wilson lands, because he's definitely leaving the Broncos as of Monday of this week. He will be a free man, free bird, as they say. Quick break. We'll get on the phone and talk to Bill Francis, heading off to the state tournament for the Lady Indians of Dobyns-Bennett. He joins us after this timeout. We're on the road here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue, and we'll be right back after this from one of our great sponsors, making it go. Couldn't do it without them. The good folks from Cannon Furniture. Tell folks out there what Cannon Furniture is all about, would you please?
We are a local family-owned small business.
Mm-hmm.
We have a full line of furniture and bedding, living room, dining room, recliners, mattresses, you name it. We have it. We also do custom lines of furniture.
Some of the product lines you carry are?
We have Bassett, England, Ashley, Benchcraft, Barca Lounger, and Sealy, Simmons, Tempur-Pedic, Serta, Beauty Rest, Sierra Sleep. And there's a new one coming soon, but I'll keep that one quiet until it gets here.
To the appropriate time. Hours are open at Cannon Furniture.
Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 9 to 5.
They rely a lot on social media. How can we find you on social media?
You can find us on Facebook or Instagram at Cannon's Fine Home Furnishings.
Yep. One of our great sponsors is Cyclone Sports. Check them out, folks. Again, be loyal, buy local, and buy at Betsy in downtown Elizabeth. And the great folks are right here, Cannon's Furniture.
So I'm Dr. Beth Cannon of Cannon Family Dental. We do a little bit of everything: cosmetic dentistry, general dentistry. We see all ages of patients. I like that patients are comfortable with bringing their family here. With smaller children, they're some of my favorite patients to see. We always try to make that first visit super happy, where they get to come in, sit in the chair, see how they get pictures of their teeth and get their teeth brushed with a little silly brush. There's multiple families that have been with me since the beginning, and their kids were, my kids' age, like 7, 8 years old, and now they're grown up driving. They drive to their own appointments and make their own appointments, which is wonderful, and getting to see the kids and grow up with them. It's great to be a part of that. So if any of you are looking for a new dentist, we would love to have you join our family. Definitely give us a call if you'd like to come in.
proud to help our region move forward and help reopen every business we can.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again. Thanks for being with us. We are live here at Phil's Dream Pit. Again, hickory smoked Easter hams. Oh, got to try one, folks. I'm telling you, you need to try one. And so it's a phone call away. You can call and get them signed up, and get yourself one order. They'll pick them up on the Wednesday before Easter. And so we would encourage you to do that. It is really, 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 really good food. No question. 349-6827 is the number to call. Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue. So let's see. They're telling me Facebook is down. So that kind of is messing up everything. So that's including trying to get all the phone calls. So there again, we're at the whims of modern technology. So let's see if I can get this real quick. We're talking some top 25 college basketball coming up here in just a second. So let's see what we got here. Yep, 349. Yep, 349-6437. I want to tell you that too again. So Gary says that the Facebook is currently down. So there you go. So we'll try and get hold of Coach Francis here in a little while, but apparently Facebook's messing with the other things I'm trying to do to get a hold of the coaches. Anyway, top 25 college basketball. Houston, the Cougars, #1 of the country. It is a team to be reckoned with, no question, come March Madness time. Houston, this week's polls are out. Houston, UConn, Purdue, and Tennessee, the top 4 in the country. Then comes Arizona, Iowa State, North Carolina, Marquette, Duke, and Creighton round out the top 10. This week's top 25 college basketball. Houston, UConn, Purdue, Tennessee, Arizona. Then Iowa State, North Carolina, Marquette, Duke, and Creighton. That's your top 10. At number 11, the Baylor Bears. So, yes, we are. The Baylor Bears at number 11, Illinois number 12, Auburn number 13, Kansas 14, Kentucky 15, Alabama 16th, South Carolina, Tennessee's opponent tomorrow night, 17th in the country. They'll play in Columbia. Washington State 18th, 19th, Gonzaga. Rounding out the top 20 is BYU. Then comes San Diego State, Utah State, St. Mary's, the South Florida Bulls, and the Dayton Flyers, your top 5. And Baylor had an 8-point win over the Texas Longhorns. That was last night in top 25 play. For today, got 2 teams in the top 10 playing. North Carolina, the Tar Heels at home in Chapel Hill hosting Notre Dame. Third-ranked Purdue will be at number 12, Illinois, tonight in the battle of top 25 teams. And top 10 team, Purdue, number 3 in the country at number 12, Illinois. Other games, 16th-ranked Alabama trying to bounce back from the Tennessee loss will play at Florida tonight. 24th-ranked South Florida hosting Tulane. 13th-ranked Auburn will be at Missouri. 25th-ranked Dayton, the Flyers at St. Louis. 14th-ranked Kansas hosting Kansas State. And 21st-ranked San Diego State will take on the Running Rebels of UNLV. So that's your top 25 for tonight, for this Tuesday, March the 5th. Looking down the Southeastern Conference right now, Tennessee at 13-3, the #1 team in the conference. South Carolina right behind them will play tomorrow night. They will, in Columbia. Be another big game. Saturday was big to Alabama. This will be big, and then this coming Saturday at home against Kentucky will be big. So Tennessee 13-3, South Carolina and Alabama at 12-4, Auburn and Kentucky at 11-5, Florida at 10-6, and everybody else either 500 or sub 500 in the Southeastern Conference. So Tennessee 13-3 against South Carolina and Alabama 12-4. You have Auburn and Kentucky at 11-5, and Florida at 10-6. That is the top echelon right now of the Southeastern Conference. Tennessee being on top of the leaderboard, obviously. So March Madness right around the corner. When did the tournament start? Well, the ASUN started yesterday and tonight. You have everybody else cranking up really starting this weekend and next week. A lot of these teams are the 12th and 13th. When's that going to be? That would be, next Tuesday and Wednesday everybody starts, a lot of them. The ACC starts next Tuesday, a week from today. American Conference next Wednesday, the Atlantic 10 next week, starting on Tuesday. You have the Big 12 starting next Tuesday, the Big East next Wednesday, the Big 10 next Wednesday, the Big West next Wednesday. Conference USA starts next Tuesday. The other tournaments will go, some of the other terms we're just kind of bouncing around here. The Mid-American will start in Cleveland on Thursday of next week. The Ohio Valley Conference will start this weekend in Evansville, Indiana. Pac-12 will be in Vegas starting next week. Southeastern Conference, the 13th to the 17th in Nashville. Wow. It's going to be a heck of a tournament. Southern Conference tournament for the Bucks will start this weekend in Asheville, North Carolina. And let's see, Sun Belt Conference in Pensacola, Florida. And that's just some of the conferences going to be cranking up, ready to go for, where did I say the Big Ten's going to play? Big Ten's going to be playing their tournament in Minneapolis starting next Wednesday through Sunday. So it's here, right around the corner. March Madness ready to go in college basketball. None better as far as tournaments, I think, than the Southeastern Conference. I mean, you've got some thumpers and thrashers in there. Tennessee, Alabama, Kentucky, South Carolina, Auburn. Going to be a heck of a tournament. So you're going to come out of there. If you come out of there unscathed, and you won't, because it's going to be a very, very intensely played tournament with a lot of talent on the floor, trying to get those seeds. And, of course, Tennessee right now, in my humble opinion, would be one of the top four seeds in the country. They got two more big games this week. As we said, tomorrow night at South Carolina, we'll talk to Bryce Van Huss about that. And then also we've got, of course, coming in on Saturday, and the Food City Center will be the Kentucky Wildcats. Door opens, and here comes, good night, look at this, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 more. Just keep on coming here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. So they've got the pork platters, they got the brisket, they've got the pulled chicken, the pulled pork, pulled beef. They've got meat by the pound. They got the sampler platter. I mean, they got it, folks. It's all right here at Phil's Dream Pit. Again, that phone number is 349-6437 to order your hickory smoked Easter ham. If you've never had one, I promise you, you can ask folks that as testimonials that have had it. You just can't go wrong with it. And many, many times I've taken it to functions that have had other hams on the table, and they say, let's try to see what Tom's brought. And I always joke, say, I cooked all day for it and all day, which I didn't. And so they put the ham from Phil's Dream Pit on the table, and it's over. I've literally seen them take other hams from other XYZ companies and go, let's just put this one back. Let's enjoy this one. I'm telling you, there's something about the hickory smoked hams here, just in time for Easter at Phil's Dream Pit. All right, Facebook is down, we've been told, so see if we can't reconnect with Bill Francis, head basketball coach of the Dobbins Winter Lady Indians. He's anticipating my call. We've been trying to get him, but what else is new? Facebook. It went down Saturday during the game. It's going down again today, so somebody ought to get it fixed up there at Facebook. But anyway, we'll try after this from Ivy Hall Nursing Home on the Tom Taylor Sports. Joseph Taylor, Ivy Hall Nursing Home, proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So what's going on right now at Ivy Hall Nursing Home?
Ivy Hall, we are accepting short-term and long-term residents. We definitely specialize in our short-term. We're very proud of our rehab department, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, respiratory therapy. We want you to come. If you want, a couple weeks of rehab, we'll be happy to help you and get you back home. We'd love to have any long-term residents. If you need our services, we're here. We just want to be just to serve our community the best we can.
Why Ivy Hall Nursing Home? There's a lot of them out there. Why do you feel like you guys are the best?
Well, we just feel like that at Ivy Hall, it's a family-run business. My mom is the owner. Myself and my sister, we both work there. We just feel like you're going to get more personal touch at Ivy Hall. If you want to talk to the owner administrator, call, ask for Judy. We just want to provide the personal touch.
And they do. Social media, how do we find you?
Ivy Hall Nursing Home on Facebook or ivyhallnursinghome.com if you'd like to apply for a job. We're hiring CNAs, LPNs, RNs, housekeeping. whatever, you can go on there and fill out an application, and somebody will get in touch with you.
One of our great sponsors here, the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports, our buddy Joseph Taylor right there, as you see, with Ivy Hall Nursing Home. Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. What all do you have here at the Jewelers Bench?
So we carry an assortment of items. We've got Watchwise, G-Shock, Bearing, Citizens, Pearl-Wise. We do Imperial Pearl. I get some from a company called AGI, really great company. Diamonds, we do all kinds from Shaw Diamonds. We have lab-grown diamonds, Pandora. Do carry classic imports, which is sterling silver items, and then sterling reputation, that's sterling silver items. Piaro is sterling silver, diamond, 14 karat yellow gold. Spotto watch bands, stuff from Equity Diamonds, just a wider range.
Jewelry repair, do a lot of that, of course. And jewelry cleaning, all that available here again as we are here at the Jewelers Bench. And so social media, how do we find you?
So Facebook and Instagram, and then website is jewelersbenchtn.com.
One of our great sponsors, Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show, the great folks at the Jewelers Bench.
We're all picky about our produce, and whether you're a thumper, a sniffer, a squeezer, or just plain particular, we promise no one is more picky about produce than Food City. That's why we're introducing our Picky Promise. Whether it's from farms down the road or tropical produce from the ends of the earth, we guarantee it's fresh or we'll replace it. You see, we're picky about produce, so you don't have to be. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, thanks for being with us. So we're getting notifications, or at least Carrie's taking care of us, that Skype's messed up, Facebook's messed up, so I can't get hold of Coach Francis. So it is what it is. Look at this. You want to hear this even better? Look, check this out. This is a tablet. So I don't know what this is all about. It's time for a new tablet. So that one kind of went squirrely. I don't know what that all means. Anyway, top of the hour, we're going to be trying to get hold of Matt Birchfield, head basketball coach of the Cloud and Lady Highlanders. We'll see if it'll be working by then. You know, folks, you got on the road, it doesn't work. I can sit here and go bananas over it, but it doesn't really do any good. So it's, and I'm not alone. Other people are going through the same thing. So it is what it is right now. But we are, again, at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. They're lined up here, and with good reason. They got the plates, they got the platters, they got the sampler platter. They've got the daily specials. All this right here at Phil's Dream Pit, Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. The pulled pork, pulled chicken, pulled beef, the brisket, got the ribs, you got the 3-rib meal, you got the half a rack ribs, got the half a chicken platter meal. I mean, you run them up and down. I'm doing pretty good. I read this from here. My eyes are better than I thought they were. So, anyway, the daily specials all right here. And, of course, you can't go wrong with those hickory smoked hot dogs.
pulled turkey, pulled beef, pulled chicken, the ribs, all this available at Phil's Dream Pit. You know, it's a good sign we got to flip the air conditioner on March the 5th because it's warm outside, and it feels really good in here to be under the AC. All right, we've got this vintage clothing online auction good through Thursday from Collins & Company. Again, if you are a fan of old-style clothing, you want to bid on these, start at $1 a bid. It'll finish up on Thursday. Here it is. Collinsandcompany.info is where you go. Huge selection of vintage clothing, hats, purses, shoes, jewelry, accessories from the 40s to the 90s. Liz Claiborne, Dooney and Burke, London Fog, Haberdashery, Anne Klein, Hush Puppies, Levi Strauss, Misty Harbor, all these vintage clothing. You can bid on these again at collinsandcompany.info. Now, this one's going on. No, this one starts next week. Wow, over 1,000 lots. An antique auction starting next week. So, collinsandcompany.info. They, about as fast as they can turn them over, they end one auction, start another one. It's awesome. So, this will start next. You can go on the website. It's out there for you to kind of look at. You can't bid on it yet starting until Monday. But you can do that. Auction begins Monday at 8 o'clock. And we'll close it out on the 19th. I mean, they've got all kinds of antique. I'll just show you the picture of what we got here from David Collins. He's going to be with us later this week on the show. Tomorrow we'll be at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Thursday, Lingerfield Drug Center. Friday we'll be at Food City on a Food City Friday. But some of the things they're going to be auctioning off: an antique Texaco gas pump globe, postcards, silver dollars, coin sets, silver certificates, 2 continental currency notes, antique Bristol, Tennessee, Virginia stoneware, World War I memorabilia, antique automobile tags, antique case clocks, vintage advertising items, black and white photos, old trunks, antique items from an Abington estate. I mean, it goes on and on. An antique British flintlock pistol. All, again, starting on Monday at collinsandcompany.info. And then they've got a couple of houses. They got 3 new houses to tell you about. One on Deerfield Drive in Bristol for $224,900. 3-bedroom, 1-bath, fireplace. Again, that's on Deerfield Drive. So right in the heart of Bristol, $224,900. Go to collinsandcompany.info and check that one out. Also, they have a home. They got property on York Cabin Road in Butler. So it's a 1-acre, partially wooded lot. Perfect opportunity for a gorgeous home site while providing lake access for $99,900. Again, York Cabin Road in Butler, brand new listing. Then here's this one on Blevins Road in Johnson City. 4-bedroom, 2-bath for $242,900. And this picture won't do it justice. Go to collinsandcompany.info and check it out. So all going on right now at collinsandcompany.info, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We are live at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. We're going to try and get a hold of Coach Birchfield from the Cloudland Highlander basketball team. Jeff Birchfield joins us coming up at the bottom of the hour. And we'll take a quick break, take a look at some Major League Baseball. Blake Snell and Jordan Montgomery is getting a lot of interest now. The guys are free agents who currently have no team. You've got several teams that have had starting pitchers come down with arm problems here in spring training, so all of a sudden their stock is going up. The interest is there. And so the agent is Scott Boras, who apparently is legendary, either good or bad, depending on how you look at this guy. He's a piece of work. And so as far as an agent, he has a lot of them under his belt, and he tells them to hold out for the best buy, and I get that. And so right now, Jordan Montgomery and Blake Snell getting a lot of looks for spring training. By the way, the Rangers played yesterday, lost 3-2, and Evan Carter did not play yesterday, so they're back at it today. And hopefully Carter will be back in the lineup today. So Evan Carter did not play yesterday, and the Rangers 3-2 loss yesterday to, I think it was the Angels. I think they lost to. All right, quick break. We'll go for Matt Birchfield. See if we can get him on next. We'll give it a whirl. Maybe Facebook will be working. Let's see. We'll try it. We'll be right back after this. From this and Big John's closeouts here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. It's quick set locks. You got them in. Got them in stock. Tell me about it.
Yes, that's been one of our latest product lines that we've added here just in the last 2 to 3 weeks, really. we were looking at a way to get another line of locks that gave us a little bit more variety, a little bit different type style, and user-friendly. With quick-set locks, you have a number of options, and we carry those where you can actually key them yourself. So they can be keyed if you lose a key. They come with a insert thing that you can put in there, and you can put a new key in it, and it will actually set the tumblers to your new key. And so you can rekey it on the job site, as well as Quickset also has a number of locks that have like a micro band type of a coating to them that cuts down on the transfer of germs and things of that nature. Really handy if you've got children running around, you don't know where their hands have been, where they've washed them in the bathrooms or whatever, then you've got these locks right here that will probably hinder up to 99% of your germ transfer.
You've also got locks with Quickset for mobile homes, right?
Yes, we've got mobile home locks. We've got kits where you've got 2 locks, 2 deadbolts if you're trying to match your front and your backs as far as that goes. We've got, a lot of different colors and styles. Naturally, brass, has been around for eons of time, but we've got also, the nickel finish, the oil rub bronze or darker ones, and the antique English finish in locks. So you can get just about anything to match about any decor you've got.
Be loyal, buy local, support Big John's Closeouts, like here in Elizabethton again. The hours are open.
We're 7:30 to 6 Monday through Friday and 8 to 4 on Saturday.
How do we find you on social media?
Okay, go ahead and you can, just go to BigJohnsCloseouts.com. You can see both us and Mountain City Store, or you can email questions or requests or quotes that you want. If it's cabinets, you can send it to cabinets@BigJohnsCloseouts.com, or just general inquiries, you can send it to experts@BigJohnsCloseouts.com.
One of our great sponsors, I preach it every day, be loyal, buy local, support the local folks. It's a local mom and pop company. He's the owner, Mike Barnett, Big John's Closeouts here in Elizabethton, and we appreciate them very much being part of the Tom Pickler Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Back on the Tom Pickler Sports Show. Yay, Facebook's fixed again, I guess. I got him on the phone. That's all I know. Let's go to the phone. Coach Birchfield's with us from Cloudland Lady Highlander Basketball. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Hi, doing great.
You guys on the road, you like Willie Nelson. You guys are on the road literally heading to Murfreesboro. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yep.
That's awesome. So let's talk about it. You guys, let's talk about the regional and sub-state. Let's talk about the regional. Step us through that, would you please?
Well, we had a tough road there. Ended up facing North Green again in the regional, but we beat Cosby in semifinals and turned around and got North Green. Got a good win there in the regional championship to get a home sub-state for the first time since 2013-14 season, which was great. Which, always great to be at home for sub-state.
Absolutely. So tell us about that game. How'd that go for you?
It turned out good. We ended up playing Sunbright, played well. Got to play at home, played a real good ball club, and pulled that one out with some good leadership from our seniors tonight.
Some of the scores I saw as we were doing the other ball games, there were low-scoring affairs. Was that your doing or the other team's doing? They slowed it down big time, did they not?
They did. North Green slowed it down on us in the regional championship and kept it kind of controlling, and our defense really kind of took over in the sub-state game to make it a low-scoring game. We didn't shoot as well at home as we'd like, but we pulled it out anyway there.
We're talking to Coach Birchfield. They're on the road again to Murfreesboro to go to the state tournament. How many times have you taken the team down there, sir?
This will be my 8th trip.
8th trip. I love it. So is it still feel good? It doesn't get old going to the Murfreesboro, does it?
It never gets old. It's a great feeling, great for our school, great for our community. It is.
Absolutely. So talk about the girls. Run down that roster. Tell us, for folks that don't know much about Cloudland basketball, tell us who are some of the girls been doing very well this year.
We've led by about 3 great seniors for this season for their career. Sahara McKinney at her point guard position has just been terrific, which will be her 3rd trip to the state tournament, followed by her shooting guard Ryan Turbyfield that's just led us in a lot of categories this year, and then of course by post Isabella Christman in the inside game, which is all their 3rd time being there. So just big things out of our seniors.
So the seniors lead the team, of course, and they've been there before. So it's, I guess, to a point, it's business as usual. Here we go again for the seniors, right?
Oh, it is. Here we go, and I think you got to have that good senior leadership to get you there, and then when you get there, you got to hope they play well and rise to a big game in a big atmosphere.
You're 28-1. Your opening opponents tomorrow night, Pickett County, 26-2. What's the scouting report on Pickett County?
Well, we got to have some great defense. They play. They're a real high potent offense. They've scored a ton of points. They got a ton of scores. So defensively, we got to be great to contain their scoring abilities. And I think offensively, we got to take care of the ball and make every possession valuable. Just because they have so many weapons on the offensive end.
On the other side of the bracket is North Green, so they're going. Obviously, they're 26-10. They're playing Greenfield. So, what's it say to the rest of the state of Tennessee? The two teams from Northeast Tennessee are going to be in the state tournament again this year.
Oh, it's great. It's good. It's great. Great for our area this way and our conference. It says so much for our conference with us and North Green both there. And, of course, we had two teams out of our conference last year making it. So, this tells you how strong our conference is and how well, good coaches out there and some good players in our conference.
I'm going to assume that probably Roan Mountain will be empty tomorrow. Everybody's going down to watch the game, right?
Well, we hope so, yeah. We love the support, and the community's been great to back us and on all of our trips, so it's been great.
Coach, we're proud of you, sir. Safe travels to you and the ladies. Bring back a state championship and go Lady Landers, all right?
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. Good man right there. Have a great day. Safe travels again. They're on the road again, heading down to Murfreesboro. Appreciate him very much being with us here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Coach Matt Birchfield, the Cloudland Highlanders, 28-1, folks. They got the best record going in down there. Wayne County's got 30 wins. They got 3 losses. We're 28-1 of the Lady Highlanders, and as I said, we're pulling for everybody up here in Northeast Tennessee. For the girls' side of things, Dobbins Bennett in 4A. You've got going down in 3A. Let's see. You got Cock County and Greenville going down in 3A. And in single A, North Green and Coach Birchfield and the Cloudland Lady Highlanders. Let's take a look at Major League Baseball. Ronald Acuna had his knee examined for the Braves. What they find out, we'll tell you about it next year. We're live here at Phil's Dream Pit on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
This is Pastor Mark Fowler, and we want to invite you to be with us at Pleasant Beach Baptist Church sometime soon. And we're thankful for what God is doing, and we've had visitors almost every week. We have so many people that God is using His Word to accomplish a work in their life. And we want you to come. Now, I think about our society today, and there's a lot of talk about the negative aspects and generations and what's missing and what we're going to do and how do we face this social issue and how do we face that social issue, and that is always the buzz, and if we're not careful, we talk like God doesn't have an answer. 2 Timothy chapter 3 we looked at the other night together in our church, and it reminds us that yes, in the last days there's going to be some difficult things come, dangerous times, but the antidote is always God's Word. And so what we're trying to do is to provide Bible answers for today's tough questions. And we're building Believers by the Book. So we want your family to come. We're thankful to have a Sunday school hour and a junior church and master clubs and a youth group and all those things going on. But what we're trying to accomplish is to get the Word of God into the hearts and minds of God's people.
The Eagle Center, downtown Elizabeth, and what's it all about, ma'am?
Well, thank you, Tom. It's a great place to shop. We have a little bit of everything. We like to use the quote, "Things tell a story when people no longer can."
Mm-hmm.
So we have a building full of things that are reminders of our past, good conversation pieces, things that add character to your home, collectibles, home decor, furniture, vinyls, coins, just a little bit of everything.
2 floors. How many vendors?
We have over 50 vendors.
Over
We have
50 vendors.
Downstairs and a main floor.
Lots and lots of things in here. Something for everybody, for kids, for men, for ladies. Going back, antiques is what it's all about. So period costumes, period clothing, period jewelry, furniture, glassware. It's all right here. Hours are open.
We're open 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday, closed on Sunday.
Social media, how to find you?
And we're on Facebook at Eagle Center Co-op, and then we have an Instagram that's Eagle Center Antiques.
Yep. And the phone number is?
It's 542-5547.
Last thing, what separates the Eagle Center from all the other antique stores in the Tri-Cities?
Well, I think it's probably the vendors. We just have really good vendors who bring in really quality things, and they change up all the time. They're in and out every week, bringing new things, and they're really good about keeping their booths clean and neat, and the things are displayed easily so you can see them. And we just have a lot of unique, unusual things.
And the slogan is?
Things tell a story when people no longer can.
There you go. The Eagle Center, downtown Elizabethton, proud sponsor of the Tom Douglas Sports Show and Elizabethton Cyclone Sports. Hey, this is Tom Taylor. Here in 2024, the Tom Taylor Sports Show is now on TikTok. That's right. Lots of cool things coming all year long, again on TikTok. Be sure and like us, share it, and follow by hitting the plus button. So, a lot of neat things coming. Please get on board with us. Like, share, or follow by hitting the plus button. The Tom Taylor Sports Show, now in 2024, on TikTok. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We are live here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Again, thanks to Coach Birchfield being with us from the Cloudland Lady Highlanders. And so on the bus, on the road, here's what was really nice. He pulled off on the road going down interstate to make the phone call. Gave the girls a chance to get out and stretch their legs, and I got a call and talk to Tom. It's very, very kind. Thank you, sir. Means the world to me. Folks do that. They don't have to, and they do. All right, Big John's Closehouse. What's going on right there at Big John's right now? From treated lumber to new replacement windows, interior, exterior door units, to wood or MDF moldings, and so much more. You can save at Big John's with the hammer high prices. Right now for the steel FSA 60R battery-powered trimmer. Got one last year. They work, man. They're awesome. $50 on those right now, but steel, made in America. Not in Pakistan, not in Poland, certainly not in China, made in America. Keep our Americans working, buy steel products. And so right now, again, with the hammer high prices, Big John's Closeouts, the FSA 60R battery-powered trimmer with battery and charger for only $249.99. You save them $50. They get in-stock vinyl siding or vinyl soffit, $89 per square foot at Big John's, East Elk Avenue. Again, your Tri-City steel dealer. Yeah, love it. Got one and got a battery-powered trimmer and a leaf blower, and I love it. They do a wonderful job, and I'm very pleased with it. All right, Major League Baseball. Jeff Birchfield joins us bottom of the hour, talking NASCAR and Kingsport Speedway. Man, they're still coming, folks. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. They are busy, 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 with good reason. I say it's unbelievable because there's just been a steady stream. Of course, they were closed yesterday. Sundays and Mondays were shut down, so it's good. So here we go. Let's take a look at Major League Baseball. The Philadelphia Phillies stepped up to the plate and wrote a big check to Zach Wheeler. Wow. $126 million 3-year extension beginning next year. Going to make $116 this year. So with a salary of $42 million, his deal is the most lucrative extension in baseball history in terms of average annual value. How about that? In the neighborhood of the richest salaries for pitchers, Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander signed multi-year deals as free agents with the Mets that averaged $43.3 million. This guy's average salary is $42 million. He's going to pitch every 5 days. On the field every 5 days. Zach Wheeler. And so he's in the final season of a 5-year, $118 million contract. So he is now signed up and ready to go starting next year for $42 million a year for 3 years. Pitching every 5 days. Not bad bread, would you think? No, it's not bad bread at all, to say the least. All right, those Hickory Smoked Hams, 349-6437 is the number to call. 349-6437 to place your orders. They're lined out the door right now. I guess we'll get to the phone. But you want to order your bone-in Hickory Smoked Easter hams. They smoke them right here. They'll be vacuum packed with instructions on how to do it. Even I can do it. $9.49 a pound, bone-in, boneless, $12.99 a pound. And, again, you cannot go wrong. I'm telling you, they're so tender and so tasty. They just kind of, especially on the bone-in, just kind of crumples off the bone. It's awesome. So you get that on Easter Sunday and load it up with some mashed potatoes. Macaroni and cheese, green beans. You're talking about some good stuff. Ooh, some very, very good. Hickory Smoked Hams for Easter here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. 349-6437 is the number to call. Again, you place your order and pick it up on Wednesday the 27th, the final Wednesday before Easter. So, and you can't go wrong with a Hickory Smoked Easter ham from Phil's Dream Pit. It is awesome. All right, Ronald Acuna Jr. stepped away with a bum knee. They've checked him, run him through the different testing. And so he'll be ready to go, they say, by the regular season opener in Philadelphia on the 28th. What's day, the 5th? So you're talking 23, roughly 3 weeks to opening day. So the Braves' decision to have Acuna visit the surgeon who worked on his knee the first time out in California was just a precautionary step. Acuna tweaked his knee while he was in a rundown between second and third last week against the Twins. He's going to be okay. Took BP on Friday, planned to play against Baltimore that afternoon, and they saw him walking, kind of limping around, so the Braves in front office said, no, we're not going to let you. Let's go have that checked. So anyway, Ronald Acuna Jr. should be ready to go for opening day for the Braves. They're kind of bringing him back ever so slowly to make sure he's going to be okay. And he is. Again, Zach Wheeler, as we told you, for the Phillies, signed a 3-year, $42 million a year extension. $42 million you're pitching every 5 days. That ain't bad bread, folks. That means, what's today? Tuesday? I'm going to pitch today. I won't pitch again until Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'll pitch again on Sunday. I'm going to make $42 million pitching every 5 days. That ain't bad bread. If they're dumb enough to pay it, I'd be dumb enough to take it. So, because that is ridiculous. But it is what it is. All right. As we told you last night, teams punching their ticket to the state basketball tournament. David Crockett going. Crockett blew out Union County. We're going to have Cody Connell on the show tomorrow. We'll be at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City tomorrow. They beat Union last night. 63-18 was the score, the final score. I saw that last night, and I thought, that's got to be a typo. It is not. They blew them out. Union County, quite frankly, never got off the bus. Obviously, they came to Jonesboro and took a good old-fashioned butt whooping. And so, let's see, 63. University High, unfortunately, lost. The Junior Bucks knocked out of the chance to go to the state tournament. They lose by 6 to Jellicoe. North Green punches their ticket. They're going to the big dance to beat Harriman 58-54. So both North Green's girls and guys are going to the state tournament. Get this out of your all's way. It's busy. I like it. Let's see. Who else? Crockett, as we said, 63-18 win over Union County. Tennessee High got beat. Fulton beat them in Fulton 71-42, so they've been eliminated. And then on the 4A, Morristown East knocked off Bearden, which was an upset, 54-52. So they are they're moving on to the big show too. So here's your state boys tournament for next week. This week is the girls. We talked to Coach Birchfield. Had phone connection problems trying to get hold of Coach Bill Francis of Dobbins Minute, but they're going. They're on the bus right now. They're playing tomorrow. The ladies are, the Lady Indians. So, all right, for the boys, next week, North Green will go. They'll play Santa Fe next Wednesday from our region. Again, at this point, I'm cheering for everybody. Crockett takes on either Ridgeway or Bolivar Central next Thursday in Murfreesboro. And Morristown East will be playing next Wednesday against Rossview. Hurricanes are 29-8. Rossview's at 24-9. And so that's going on next week. Now, the girls' tournament this week. Dobbins Minute takes on Coffee County. Dobbins Minute 24-8. Coffee County 33-3. They play tomorrow at 12:45 at the Murphy Center at Middle Tennessee State. In 3A, Cock County 28-8. The Lady Red will play Heritage Thursday at 4 o'clock. Heritage at 30-3. Greenville's Lady Green Devils 21-14 will oppose the Upperman Lady Bees out of Middle Tennessee. Greenville 21-14. Upperman at 28-6. 2A has none of our local teams in it. And then in single A, we have, as you just heard on the phone, Cloudland at 28-1, taking on Pickett County at 26-2. And North Green's Lady Huskies at 26-10 will play at 4 o'clock tomorrow against Greenfield, who's 22-10. Cloudland's game is tomorrow night against Pickett County at 7:15 tomorrow night. So congratulations to our local teams. We're certainly pulling for them all the way across the board, and we're looking forward to telling you, I hope one of these teams brings back a state championship from Murfreesboro, representing Northeast Tennessee. All right, National Hockey League. How about it? The Predators are smoking hot. They've won 8 in a row. Predators on the ice tonight against the Montreal Canadiens. They'll drop the puck at the Bridgestone Arena tonight for the Nashville Predators. They are hot. They move up to 4th place in the standings in the National Hockey League. They've kind of turned the corner and heading down the home stretch now for the start of the Stanley Cup playoffs. And so the Preds have won 8 in a row. And so they've really caught fire over the last 3 or 4 weeks. And so they're fun to watch, and we'll keep an eye on them. As we said, that's going to be a good chance down the stretch, get into the playoffs. They missed them last year for the Predators. All right, quick break. We'll take a look at the AP Top 25 college basketball and continue to tell you about Russell Wilson. Let go of the Broncos. There again, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but this guy's going to walk away, and the Broncos are on the hook for $85 million by letting this guy go early. I don't get that. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but when you let me go, if you're my employee and I let you go, but I still got to pay $85 million to someone who's not even on my team, I just got to tell you, that ain't too smart. That ain't real bright. So, but, they didn't ask me, and that's what the Broncos are doing. He'll be released on Monday, and so, again, teams looking at Russell Wilson, who's still got some gas in the tank, no question. I think a new look, a new start would be good for him. So the teams jumping out there already and saying we don't want to take a look at him are the Vikings, the Steelers, and my boys, the Raiders. So we'll see. And the Falcons and the Commanders and the Patriots also wanting a look and to sit down and talk to Russell Wilson, who will be a free agent as of Monday.
Antique Mall with over 50,000 square feet of merchandise. We have about 52, 53, give or take, vendors with different items. We have a great selection of everything from antique, which is over 100 years, to vintage, which is 25 years, and then we do have a little bit of new things. We concentrate on the vintage and antique items. So you can find just about anything for yourself, for your home, and gifts. We have a lot of people that take gifts for their grandparents. They remembered they had them, and it's with their family.
Hours are open.
We're open Monday through Friday, 11 to 5:30. Saturdays, 10 to 6. Open late for the car shows and anytime they have special events in town.
Need Place, one of our great sponsors of Cyclone Football, Duck Crossing in downtown Elizabethton, proud sponsor of Elizabethton Cyclone Football.
We are not okay with the staggering statistics of our youth. They have become familiar with brokenness, pain, and frustration. But their pain has become our concern, and their hopes, our responsibility. But we want to see the world transformed by Jesus Christ through the influence of coaches and athletes. Our mission is to lead every coach and athlete into a growing relationship with Jesus and His church. But what can you do about it? What if your actions now can help the future them? Together, we can help them become who God has designed them to be. But the time is now, and the action we take today helps them tomorrow.
Back on the Tom Douglas Sports Show, coming up, there's a guy sitting over here. He doesn't look like him anymore, but he used to be an Elvis imitator, and the guy absolutely, he used to do it at Traders Village. I used to do shows over there. We figured out it was 20, 25 years ago. And the man would walk in and just start singing Elvis, and I mean, you could close your eyes and think it was him. He was that good. Now he looks like something off of Yellowstone. Josie Wales, got a cowboy hat on and a beard. He does look like Kenny Rogers. So he said, "You don't remember me?" I said, "No." He said, "I came from Memphis." I said, "Oh my gosh." You're going to talk on the show here in a minute. You know that, don't you? I want you to come here and talk to me in a minute. When you get done eating, I want everybody to see what I'm talking about. Jeff Birchfield's here. He's going to join us in a few minutes too. They're lined out the door here, folks, and with good reason. If you've not had the hickory smoked ham for Easter, you got to get them. They sold a ton of them for Christmas, and now they're doing them for Easter again. The hickory smoked, again, they go for $9.49 bone-in. The boneless will be $12.99 a pound. You can order them until the 27th, the Wednesday before Easter, which is hard to believe. It comes early this year. And so that's you can't go wrong with but a hickory smoked ham from Phil's Dream Pit. I promise you. You won't get another one anywhere else if you get one here. I'll guarantee it. I'll make that promise. Every time I take one somewhere to any of the functions, they've had the other companies' hams, I'll remain anonymous. They'll pull this one out and put it on there and go, let's put this one back. Let's just eat this one Tom brought. I'm telling you, it happens every time. It's at Phil's Dream Pit. The hickory smoked Easter hams. Also, don't forget this weekend, it's daylight savings time. Move your clocks up an hour. Check the batteries in your smoke detector. And as I've told you all week, or for the last 2 days, it's only Tuesday, how many fire extinguishers do you have in your home? You have one near your dryer? You should. Do you have one near your stove? You should. And you want an ABC powdered, which is good for any fire. I'm telling you, a lot of folks check smoke detectors. They don't even have any fire extinguishers. I got friends have them in their car, in the back, in the trunk, a little fire extinguisher in case there's a motor fire. Certainly want one on the boat. You got to have one on the boat. But in your home, how many fire extinguishers do you have? Well, I'm just telling you, it's always a good time when you daylight savings time to do a little evaluation inventory of how many fire extinguishers. What would be worse to have a dryer fire or any kind of a fire in your home and you ain't got nothing, and you're waiting for the fire department to get there, and they'll get there as fast as they can, but at that point, maybe burn out of control. So use your noggin and make sure you have fire extinguishers in your home. And you can't have too many, quite frankly. And this is a good time of year to think about that. All right, top 25 college basketball. Polls are out. Are these your top 4 seeds? We'll see. Houston, they can play. That's in my opinion, one of the teams you got to watch to win it all. UConn, pretty good basketball team. Purdue, I don't see them doing it. That's just me. Tennessee, right combination, get hot play. Yes. Conference championship tomorrow night, no question. South Carolina in Columbia. Big ball game. We're going to talk to Birchfield about that. He's here. Arizona, Iowa State, North Carolina, Marquette, Duke, and Creighton round out your top 10. Now, tonight, basketball, 7th-ranked North Carolina, the Dean Dome, hosting Notre Dame. 3rd-ranked Purdue plays the number 12 Illinois tonight. Alabama, 16th-ranked Alabama will be at Florida trying to bounce back from the loss to Tennessee. 24th-ranked South Florida tonight hosting Tulane. 13th-ranked Auburn in Missouri. 25th-ranked Dayton, the Flyers at St. Louis. 14th-ranked Kansas battling Kansas State and the bragging rights of Kansas. And then 21st-ranked San Diego State will be at UNLV to battle the running Rebels of UNLV. Last night, 9th-ranked Duke, 15-point win over North Carolina State. Last night, 11th-ranked Baylor, 8-point win over Texas. So there you go. All right, quick break. I'm going to get this man over here. I may see if he may croon. I'm going to see if he can dig up just a little bit of Elvis from back in the day. I used to do live broadcast all the time at what was then Traders Village. It's closed now. Had all those different booths in there. I'd go there once a month to do a live broadcast, and this guy was always over there. And he absolutely, I don't know if he still can. Can you still sing like we're about to find out? We'll see. Hank, I don't care who you sound like. I loved this guy. He was hilarious. I got my picture taken with him. Came in his Elvis jumpsuit. He sang in front of Tony's booth, had all these NASCAR cars. He's in there singing Love Me Tender, Love Me True. I loved it. The guy's awesome. So I'm billboarding up now. He's got to come over now. I pumped him up. And then Birchfield's going to join us too. And, you know, Jeff Birchfield can sing Elvis too. I don't know if you knew that. He's a crooner from way back too. So we'll just embarrass everybody all at once. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. We are live here on the road, as we said, at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. I promise you, get off Interstate 26 and pull into this parking lot, you can smell the smoker in the back. Oh, me oh my, it is good. I can't wait to get off the air here in about 35 minutes. I'm going to absolutely tear it up. So it's going to be good. Right back after this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 2033. Said it wouldn't work, and here we are on our way to 2100.
Hi, this is Big Country, and you're watching my buddy Tom Taylor and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
It's important to hire a professional because you want a quality, trained, and licensed person working in your home. All of my staff are factory trained and have years of experience. With today's technology in heating and air conditioning systems, you want a trained professional working on your system. Our motivation to provide our customers with the best service is years of experience. We've been in business for 35 years, and we plan on being in business for another 35 years, so we want to make our customers happy.
Boom. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. He don't look like Elvis, but back in the day he could sing like Elvis. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Good. Long time no see. Tell everybody who you are.
It's been a long time, man.
Yeah.
A long time. Robert Housewright did Elvis shows and concerts for, I guess about 27 years.
Yeah.
And life happened, and, you just I was just talking to my drummer yesterday, and we were talking about getting back together and just playing some music. And it's a lot of people think when you put on a production, you go on stage, that you just show up and you go on stage, but
No.
it's hours and hours of rehearsal and work. And
Yep.
and I was always a perfectionist. It had to sound right, and I just was blessed enough to where what I heard was what Elvis heard. And if it wasn't, I listened to him since I was 3 years old, and so I knew where the horns should be. I knew where the drum kicks should be. And
Yep.
And so my drummer was like, "You're just amazing," because he says, I can't do anything wrong. And I was always working him to death. He said, "I don't go to the gym anymore. I just follow you." So it was a fun ride.
It was a fun
people.
ride.
Met you, and
We did.
and, we've been friends for a long time.
Long time, absolutely.
And, we've had some fun.
We have. So the new Elvis, have you had a chance to see the new Elvis movie?
I have. Yep.
So how good is that guy, in your humble opinion?
He's really good. Of course, he had the I guess you'd say luxury or the affordability to have vocal coaches, and but Austin did a really good job. I was really leery about it. There's a new Elvis movie out, more geared toward Priscilla, and everybody has a dark side. I don't care who you are, and they kind of focused on that point of Elvis, and I don't think that's fair.
No.
I mean, we could all talk about our bad stuff, but Austin, I think it showed just enough of Elvis's frustrations because he lived a lifestyle that, I was privileged to see a little bit of it, and what I saw of it, I didn't like.
He was miserable.
Yeah, you can't
get right down to
go
it.
out and do what you want to do, and
I mean, the guy couldn't even go to the mailbox.
No,
I read that. Where he could not even go to the mailbox.
It'd be awful. I'd rather be able to come in here like you and I do.
Yeah.
And so.
I mean, just think of that. He had to go shopping at the mall. He had to call him after the mall was closed and go in on his own with him and the Memphis Mafia because he couldn't even go to the movies or anything by himself.
Yeah,
so
like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So. Elvis imitators. There's a bunch of them out there. Is there one out there that you by name? Because I look at them sometimes. And is there anyone out there that you think this guy really has him down pretty good?
There's a few that Ryan Pelton has always been good, and I found out too, at least in my experience, they either looked like him, and didn't sound so much like him, or they either sounded like him, didn't look like him.
Yeah.
I think it was. I think Austin in the movie. Of course, that was him singing in the movie, and he really surprised me because he could have been a musical entertainer instead of being a movie actor. Of course, Elvis was both, but and he said he had to really work hard to shake that Elvis voice. I don't think he has. I saw him in another movie. He just done another one, and he still got that.
Got a voice.
He still got that drawl.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, there's quite a few out there that Cody, I forget his name now, but
was it Cody Slaughter?
Cody Slaughter. He's probably my favorite right now.
Ryan Pelton, I knew Ryan Pelton back in the day.
Yeah.
I interviewed him several times back down to years when I was on the radio.
Oh, okay.
And he did a show at the Paramount.
Yeah.
8-9 years ago, maybe. And I walked in and just closed. Really honest, I thought it was Elvis. I mean, he was that good. I don't know what he's doing now. That's been 8 or 9 years ago. So obviously this man does not look like Elvis anymore. That was another chapter in his life. So what are you doing these days?
Well, just raising grandbabies and picking a little guitar and just riding a big hog and
living life.
Just enjoying things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to sing a little bit for me?
Sure.
All right, here we go. This is Robert Housewright from Kingsport.
Yep.
Back in the day, we did, as I said earlier, I did a show I guess it was once a month I went over there. It's been so long ago. And then a live broadcast from what was in Traders Village over on the Stone Drive. And so it's been long since closed. If you remember, it was a bunch of myriad of different booths that people would rent. And one of those was, I always went over to the live broadcast, and so I met this guy. And, of course, I'm a fan of Elvis. And just got into a discussion the other day. It's funny I ran into you. Over the weekend, I got into a discussion with someone who's a big Beatles fan and someone who's a big Elvis fan. So I was all right. Got everybody here sitting. Who had more influence on music, everybody else's music, Elvis Presley or the Beatles? The Beatles people said, no question, John, Paul, George, and Ringo. The Elvis person said, oh, it was Elvis all the way. You would say probably Elvis too, right?
Well, I'll tell you what John Lennon said. He'd probably be the best one to go to. John Lennon said before Elvis there was nothing. It's pretty powerful.
Yep.
So
the Beatles sought him out, by the way.
They did.
And they ran into him and they hooked up with him. I think it was out of California, and they did an all-night jam session.
Yeah.
There was talk at one point that's out there somewhere. If the Beatles have that as a bootleg pirate tape, they at some point may release that. It was a jam session all night with Elvis's band and the Beatles, and they were all in a hotel room and just started picking. And
yeah, I've heard that, and I don't really think that they got together and somebody forgot not to mention,
exactly.
Hey, we need to record this.
Yeah, you got that right.
No,
because that's a moneymaker, and they knew that.
Yeah.
So somewhere out there, I don't know where it's at, floating around will be a impromptu jam session one evening in a hotel room with the Beatles and Elvis Presley. But I don't know if we'll ever hear that or see that. I think I read where it's the property of the Beatles and McCartney and Ringo, and they don't want to release it as of yet. So anyway, I know you can get back to your brisket. It's pretty good, by the way.
It's good. I'm telling you, if you've never been here, this is it.
Oh yeah,
this is
good
it.
stuff.
And if the fire sauce. That fire sauce is. I've got napkins wiping my nose.
Elijah?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
All right, give me a little Elvis and let you get back to your lunch. Go ahead.
Always like this tune of Elvis, and he did it a lot. Treat me like a fool, treat me mean and cruel, but love me.
Bow, 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 bow.
I knew you was going to come in there. But let me share this with you real quick. One that he used to do all the time before he would go on stage, and I started doing this too. And because he said he never got over stage fright, and I thought, I can't go out here in front of, 30,000 people. I can't do that. Of course, we performed in front of Bristol Motor Speedway, 150-some thousand or so. Heard you in the speakers there.
Yep.
And but he always did one that really would just calm you down. And I even use it today when I get antsy or excited, and it goes, lead me, guide me along the way. For if you lead me, I cannot stray. For just open mine eyes that I may see. Lead me, O Lord, won't you lead me?
Pretty good. Ain't done it in 20 years, and caught him over a lunch at Phil's Dream Pit. Oh, it is a great song. Lead me.
It is.
Oh, yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Let's don't wait another 20 years to see each other again.
Do that, yeah.
No, I'll give you my card, Burley. I want to get.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Who knows? I might get him to come back and do an impromptu concert with a beard and a Kenny Rogers hat singing Elvis. Who cares?
We'll throw some Hank in there.
That's it. We're country's cornbread.
Yeah.
So now Birchfield's been sitting over there working his vocal cords, getting ready because he wants to sing Elvis. So we'll let him do that. Right after this break from Northeast Community Credit Union, we're live here again at Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue. Mr. Robert here. Haven't seen him in 20 years. Great. Appreciate him very much. Back after this on the Tom Taylor Sports. Hey, this is Tom Taylor. Here in 2024, the Tom Taylor Sports Show is now on TikTok. That's right. Lots of cool things coming all year long, again on TikTok. Be sure and like us, share it, and follow by hitting the plus button. So a lot of neat things coming. Please get on board with us. Like, share, or follow by hitting the plus button. The Tom Taylor Sports Show, now in 2024 on TikTok. You're one of our great sponsors. Christmas Club Savings Account for next year. Tell me about it.
Yes, let's talk about it because now you're going to have 12 months to do this. What better time than right now to open your Christmas Club Savings? There's no cost on this. This is just something that we can help you transfer automatic funds, either weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, out of your check. So that way you won't even have to worry about it. And each time that you have that transferred, either you can do it yourself or deposit into this account, or we can have automatic draft set up. That's just convenient for you. And like I said, it's just another sub account to your savings and checking at Northeast Community Credit Union. So if you have any questions, visit bemycu.org or come in and see us at one of our convenient locations or call 423-547-1200.
And you cut checks when? Next year? October, November? So when you get your checks?
Yes.
Save it up all year?
Yeah, so direct deposit could be your monthly paycheck.
Okay.
And so you can allocate a percentage of that paycheck into the Christmas Club. And that way, when you get to October, November, it's going to be built up. And so it's a great feature, and people love it.
The Christmas Club Savings Account for Christmas 2024?
Yes.
From Northeast Community Credit Union, one of our great sponsors of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, he's here. Our buddy Jeff Birchfield's in the house. And so let me get down there where he got. There he is. Go ahead and croon it.
So you're saying I ain't nothing but a hound dog and hunting all the time. All right. I'm not as good as your last guest, that's for sure on that one.
I had forgot, Robert. Yeah, we got to work on that a little bit, but that's all right. You get an A for effort. I've forgotten Robert when he did that. Lead me. That's off. In fact, I was listening. It's crazy. I was listening to Elvis coming out here today. I was listening to Wonder of You. Got my granddaughter loves him. I got these Elvis number 31s, number ones, and I was jamming with the windows down real loud to the Wonder of You. Ho, 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 ho. So anyway.
Well, and he mentioned Waylon. I think the best line in any song ever is, through teardrops and laughter that go through this world hand in hand.
Good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. There you go. Go and get it, break out the music, you get a jukebox going on. We're talking to our buddy Jeff Birchfield, who's in the house. So we are 3 races down in the NASCAR season. He writes for the Johnson City Press and now does the PR of the Kingsport Speedway, which we're going to talk about, the Concrete Jungle. So NASCAR, we've been to Atlanta, we've been to, of course, Daytona, and we've been to Vegas. We're heading off to Phoenix and coming to Bristol next week. So what's your take on the season so far, sir?
Well, fantastic start to the season. Obviously, that Atlanta race, some people are still calling it the greatest NASCAR race of all time to have the 3-wide finish, but it's not just the finish. There was Suarez and Blaney and Kyle Busch, but, I mean, that race was entertaining from start to finish. You know, some people were talking about this week being a letdown, which, I mean, this is a good race for Las Vegas, and I think if, Tyler Reddick would have maybe made another move there at the end, he might have gotten Kyle Larson, but a lot of that talks about Kyle Larson's talent and just how he knows how to manipulate the wind. And of course, Daytona had a good race there with William Byron. I was down there for the duels. I actually went down for that and just watched from the grandstand, so that was a lot of fun.
So you're just a spectator down there?
I was. Well, duels. Now I actually went down to get a little information the previous day for the media day that they had, and then I stayed and watched the duels, so I thought that was a lot of fun.
So they go to Phoenix this weekend. And then they'll come to Bristol next weekend for the St. Patrick's Day Friday night or Sunday night Food City 500 on concrete under the lights. We'll talk about that in a moment. So Phoenix, for folks out there who don't remember, there's so many tracks. Kind of tell us what's the layout about Phoenix.
Well, Phoenix is a little bit over 1 mile, got a unique shape to it. Of course, that's where they have the season-ending race, for the championship. So guys want to go there, and they want to make sure they've got a good setup for Phoenix, although it tends to change a little bit from the spring here until the November when they go there back for the championship. But it'd be a little bit of a tricky track. They call it a short track, but like I said, it's actually a little bit over 1 mile and stuff. It got some unique characteristics, which makes the racing good there.
Harvick used to dominate that track. He's retired now. So who runs good at Phoenix and who doesn't run good at Phoenix?
Well, I think you got to start with Ryan Blaney. He won the championship there back in November. And then also you have to, look at William Byron, who won the Daytona 500. He won the first 2 stages, and then they got caught up a little bit behind on the strategy there. But I think he's going to be a contender. Kyle Busch runs well there. Denny Hamlin, some of those guys that you expect that run good almost everywhere. Those guys are usually contenders at Phoenix.
3 races in, as we said, Daytona, Atlanta, and Vegas. Who has been a big surprise and who's been a big disappointment so far?
Let's see. I guess the biggest surprise would be Daniel Suarez, although, I mean, Trackhouse Racing's been good, you know, with Ross Chastain, but Suarez's team wasn't as, you know, dominant last year. Of course, it's hard to tell with these restrictor plate tracks and stuff. And then while Kyle Busch has been really strong, I think a disappointment's been his teammate Austin Dillon. That 3 car's really not been a factor at all so far.
So the 3 guys that won, are they basically in the playoffs now? You win, you're in?
Yeah, you win, you're in the way it's set up and stuff. So, you know, and a lot of people aren't crazy about starting the year off with 2 plate race, or they don't run restrictor plates anymore, but runs a drafting tracks, you know, starting the season off with those. But I don't know who could argue as good as that Atlanta race was for sure.
I'm going to throw out some names. Tell me what you think so far. 3 races into the season. We'll throw out Joey Logano.
A little bit of a disappointment there with Joey. I mean, of course, got the penalty for the deal with where they were putting the webbing in between his fingers there at the gloves. I mean, it just shows how innovative these guys are. If you remember a couple of years ago, Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch actually got disqualified because of the wrap. You know, they don't paint the cars anymore. They wrap, and they put the extra wrap down there at the bottom. So, I mean, these drivers and crews, it's amazing all the stuff they come up with to get an advantage.
So, Brad Keselowski.
Definitely a disappointment for Brad. I think he thought he would go in, and even though he's got that long winless streak, you know, he's really improved RFK racing, the performance altogether. But I think he thought maybe one of those drafting tracks he would win at, and he's not been able to so far.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Same way with Ricky, you know, he looked like he was strong there for a long time during Daytona, and of course was the defending Daytona 500 champion, but didn't get, you know, the result he wanted there.
Ryan Blaney.
Ryan Blaney's okay. He's coming off a strong finish, so I think he'll do all right. You know, like I said, he's got to be one of your favorites going into Phoenix this weekend.
Asking about a couple other guys right now. What's his take on their season so far? How about Christopher Bell?
Christopher Bell, I think he's so far. I think he probably wishes he'd run a little bit better. You know, he's not got off to the best start of the season either.
Bubba Wallace.
Bubba Wallace has started off with 2 great races. You know, on the drafting tracks, but then last week at Las Vegas, you know, was really a disappointing race for him. They got the problems early and ended up finishing near the back of the pack.
And our defending points champion, Ryan Blaney.
Yeah, we were talking to Ryan. Yeah, I think Ryan is, you know, I think he's in good shape, you know, going forward for sure.
So next weekend they come to the high banks of Bristol Motor Speedway for St. Patrick's Day, the Food City 500 on Sunday night, under the lights, back on concrete. So a lot of buzz already about the race.
Oh, yeah. I mean, those guys are so excited to be off the dirt and on the concrete, you know. I mean, I think, you know, the dirt was an interesting experiment. Actually, last year's race was really good on the dirt, but I think, you know, it'd run its course and time to get back on the concrete for sure.
So putting it at night on a Sunday night, back on the concrete, feel like it's going to be a ticket seller for them?
Yeah, I wish it was a little more like either a Saturday night or Sunday afternoon. That's tough on people, you know, travel, especially this time of year when their kids are still in school.
Amen. But it is what it is. So they'll be racing next Sunday night. Again, St. Patrick's Day, next Sunday the 17th. Bristol Motor Speedway, the Food City 500 under the lights on concrete. Let's see. Trucks won't be here till August, so it's a double hitter.
No, the trucks will be
trucks
here.
The Xfinity's not here.
Xfinity won't be here.
Xfinity will be here in the fall, but it's a truck race weekend and of course, Cup weekend. Trucks will run on Saturday, right?
Saturday, and Kyle Busch is in the truck race, so he's probably the favorite, you know, in it for sure.
All right, so that's what's going on in NASCAR right now. So they'll be in Phoenix this weekend, and I've got the name of the race. It's the Shriners Children's 500, which I think is pretty cool, bringing a lot of attention to a great organization helping kids, the Shriners. So that'll be the race on Sunday afternoon in Phoenix. Kingsport Speedway, what's going on in the Concrete Jungle?
We've had all kinds of exciting things, Concrete Jungle. A couple of weeks ago, we had our mall show there at the Mall of Johnson City. Had a lot of kids out, you know, and stuff. We got to meet with the drivers. Some of them got to climb inside the race cars and all. Got really excited. Have a lot of media attention there. We've had, unfortunately, didn't have Tom Taylor Sports Show. That's probably my fault. I should have invited you out there earlier, but we had television stations, got some radio spots. All the local newspapers been, you know, putting stuff in there, so we're really appreciative of that. And then we had our first test of the season this past Saturday, and had 20 cars out there for the first test was, you know, fantastic turnout from all the different classes and all.
It's great racing. I'm telling you, Kingsport Speedway, they're beating and banging. They get after it. It's a great place to go watch it on a Friday night. So when's the season start?
Season starts on Saturday, March 30th, and sort of follow along what you're talking about. I said, you know, a big difference, say if you go to a football game and say Missouri's beating Tennessee 28-0 at halftime, or, you know, you go to a baseball game and it's 15-1 in the fourth inning, you're bored out of your mind. You know, with us, we have like 7 races, so you're almost guaranteed to see at least one exciting race that's going to be right down there at the finish like that.
Yeah.
Got some great storylines, too. I'll have to tell you some more about that later. We've got, like, actually a grandma's going to be racing her grandson this year.
A grandma's going to be racing her grandson?
Oh, yeah, sure is.
I'm going to tell you, I don't know who it is. I'm taking grandma, because if she's going to get him behind the wheel, you got to know she's feisty. I'm in her corner. I don't know who she. What's her first name?
Pam Ferguson. Her husband, Sammy Ferguson's been a long-time racer over there. And Pam raced a little bit back in the day. And then her grandson, Braxton Dean. And they're actually trying to get a car for Braxton's mom, Brittany, too. So you might have 3 generations out there. You know, you always hear these racers say, wreck her mama. We'll see if they'll wreck her mama and grandma. So.
All right, we want Pam Ferguson on the show.
Yeah. Well,
why don't you line it up?
I can line that up for you.
I want
to
get her on the show. So
her and Sammy, her husband, both be great, you know, guests for you. So I'll try to get those folks lined up for you.
Let's do that. She's a grandma going to run at Kingsport Speedway this year.
Yeah, they got a business, automotive repair business over in Colonial Heights, so it'll be great. You know?
Yeah. We've got we'll have our name on the Frank Peters car again this year. So we're always pulling for Frank Peters. He's going to race. Let me think where he's going. Is he going Pure 4 again this year? I think he told me he's got a new car moving up a class. What'd be the next one up?
He may be running street stock. I'll have to ask Frank. He may be running that or Mod 4. I haven't actually talked to Frank about that. I saw him at the mall show, but he didn't have his car on display and stuff. But, man, that was fantastic. I can't believe how many people come out to that day.
Yeah. Short track racing, man. That's the backbone of racing, and it's at the concrete jungle.
Affordable. Some people think, all you're going to have over there is a bunch of drunks and fights and stuff, and it's not that way. We actually don't even sell alcohol over there. And like the front stretch, you know, is alcohol-free, and then you've got the option of parking up on the hill and tailgating there in your own vehicle. So that's, you know, a lot of fun over there.
No, absolutely. It's a great place, the concrete jungle. Kingsport Speedway, right off of John B. Nissen, Kingsport. And so racing starts on the 30th, which would be 3 weeks from Saturday, is that right?
Yeah. Our first race on Saturday, and then we'll go to like April 12th on the Friday nights after that.
Then we need to get some drivers in, that's for sure. So one of them being Pam Ferguson.
We'll get her. Well, I'll tell Grandma Pam she better be ready next week.
Mama Pam. We'll find out where they are and get them over here to talk. And so, yeah, that's a lot of fun. So it'll be here before you know it. And, again, it's a great place to go race, as you heard him say. Back stretch, front stretch, 2 different ways to set. And then you can go in the tier parking in turns 3
and 4.
3 and 4. So good stuff, folks. Kingsport Speedway. Jeff's doing the PR over there now. Who are the defending champs from last year in the different classes?
Well, now, Jacob York was our late model champion from last year. He's from over in Asheville and all. And then he actually won the track championship, but the Tennessee State Championship was won by Keith Helton, who's from Kingsport. John Ketron, who won the Pure 4 championship, also beat over 900 other drivers to be the national champion in Pure 4 for is actually Division 3 for NASCAR in their weekly series. Mod 4 champions Chris Ambergy out of Abden, and then we've got street stock last year was Jamie Meadows from up in Southwest Virginia, and Josh Collins won the beginner front-wheel drive class.
Now, you were supposed to tell me a story about Elvis and Muhammad Ali.
Oh, well, it's not Elvis, it's the Beatles.
I'm sorry, the Beatles, Muhammad Ali.
When I lived down in South Florida one weekend, I went down to Miami just to hang out, and I went to the famous 5th Street Gym, which is where where Muhammad Ali trained to fight Sonny Liston. I don't think Elvis would have fared too good against Sonny Liston, but Muhammad Ali fought, Sonny Liston down there and trained for the fight, and that's when the Beatles came in. Was the famous photo deal where they had where Elvis, like I guess he hit one of them, like all 4 fell down, on the ground. And
really?
Had the photo shoot. The only thing about that is somebody who had worked at that gym at some point had actually stolen that big poster away from there, so they didn't have it. they had a poster of Elvis, I said that again, of Muhammad, where he's standing over Sonny Liston, which was actually not the fight in Miami. That was their second fight in Lewiston, Maine, where he's standing over him, the real famous photo.
Yep. He decked him and stood over him, towered over him, taunted him.
The Phantom Punch. A lot of people will say, still believe that one might have been a little rigged, but you never know.
Fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You can't hit what you can't see.
That's
I'll
it.
never forget that as long as I live. Muhammad Ali. He'd get in the ring, and his hands were like, it was unbelievable how fast his hands were.
For a heavyweight, it's just, especially back then, like in the 60s. You watch those clips, I guess when he's fighting like Cleveland Williams, I guess is a lot of times considered his best fight, like right before, he was banned from boxing. It's just unbelievable, the hand speed. And then he fought a completely different style, especially in the 70s there, the rope-a-dope to beat, George Foreman. That was unreal. And then he had those 3 wars with Joe Frazier and the
Smoking Joe.
3 wars with Ken Norton. It's just unbelievable career he had.
Something's really cool. Go back to YouTube and type in Muhammad Ali highlights. Man, you talking about somebody could fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You can't hit what you can't see.
Yeah, only thing bad with Muhammad Ali, of course, he hung around so long and stuff, and ended up taking punishment in those last fights. And then a tie-in here with East Tennessee was he was supposed to actually fight John Tate instead of Larry Holmes, in that 1980 fight, and John Tate got knocked out well ahead on the scorecards, got knocked out in the 15th round against Mike Weaver back then.
How do you know all this stuff? It's all this from memory. There's no notes. I don't even know what I did 2 hours ago. So what? You're amazing.
My 2 favorite sports growing up, I guess, I like obviously racing, different forms of racing, but I guess boxing was actually my second favorite sport growing up. And then, of course, I like basketball and football a lot, as well. Those were probably my 4 favorites.
So have you ever boxed?
I've got in the ring a couple of times. I ended up getting my jaws boxed pretty good, so that's all right.
Things I learned about my buddy Birchfield. So
yeah, I'm not too smart sometimes.
No. My favorite story, can I tell this before we go to the break? The time that you were running the Weed Eater and the golf cart got away from you. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. I was working over there at Buffalo Valley part-time back then.
I called him. He said, can you do it? You ready to do it? Yes, I'm running the Weed Eater. And so all of a sudden he's talking to me, and I hear him go, whoa, 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 whoa. And he was in the golf cart. I think the brake got up.
Yeah, I don't think I had the brakes set good, so I ended up having to run after the golf cart.
He's chasing after the golf cart.
Jump on the golf cart and hit the brake there, slid down the hill.
This is all live on the air, so I need to do a kind of a blooper show. It's really good. So.
We should have had a video of that.
Oh, absolutely.
Really
I'd give anything to have a video of you chasing that golf cart with a weed eater in your hand going, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm on there going, what's he doing? What's wrong? Everything okay? Oh, yeah, Tom, I'm back. Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah. How you doing? Oh, God, I'm great.
I think another time I was there at fuel pumps, and we'd just finished mowing because I was done teasing and collars, I think, and whoever was mowing the greens come in there while we were on the air, too.
Yep. What do you think about this week's race? What do we think? He's going to win this race. Who's he? I just told you who. I couldn't hear you because the thing went behind you. Oh, yeah, good stuff.
I tell you, though, it's great golfing weather today, isn't it? It'd be a nice day to get out there.
One time you had a brush fire. Remember that? You were burning brush?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite job. Everybody said I was a pyromaniac.
It's a firebug. All right.
I'd get on the tractor and push a big brush pile there into the fire. So it was good.
I need to write a book. I really do. The craziest stuff has happened to me while I've been doing shows. This guy's a piece of work. All right, back next week, I guess. Got to start cranking up Kingsport Speedway so we get Grandma Pam Ferguson on the air.
Sounds good. Yeah, we got to get fans out there this year and getting sponsors. I guess I can go ahead and announce it. I know Food City's going to come back and do a night at the races, so we're excited about that, and got a couple other companies that I think I can announce here in the next couple days maybe.
Be good. All right, quick break. We'll be right back. Our buddy Jeff Birchfield, we're live here at Phil's Dream Pit. We'll get Brian in here to talk about these hams right after this timeout from Farm Bureau on the Tom Taylor Sports. Why Daniel Grindstaff?
Well, we are local. It's just like Cannon's Furniture here. You've got a local place of business right in the middle of town. You've got a local point of contact. We have local adjusters that's out in the counties. And, you can pick up the phone if you've got an issue with something. We try to help folks resolve it. And, we are based in the state of Tennessee. We are Tennessee specific. We've got a $30 annual membership that goes to agriculture in Tennessee. It supports kids wanting to go to 4-H camp. We do a local scholarship for all the area high schools for kids that's been involved in agriculture that's going to go and get education past high school. And all that stuff plays a part into supporting the state where you live. You know, we are state specific. Now there's North Carolina Farm Bureau. You know, that is separate from us. Kentucky Farm Bureau, we are state specific in the state of Tennessee. And, you know, but that is, in my opinion, that's the biggest thing. You've got a point of contact.
How do we get a hold of you? Social
Yes,
media and a
sir.
phone number.
Yeah, so I've got an agent page, Daniel Grindstaff Farm Bureau. We've got an office page, Elizabethan Farm Bureau, 423-543-2288. And I would like to add that we did get voted as best insurance firm, and thank the people that voted for us doing that. And somehow I wound up getting the agent category, which I greatly, greatly appreciate. It means a lot to me when folks, you know, feel inclined to do that, especially for our office.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Daniel Grindstaff here, the Farm Bureau, one of our great sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Daniel Grindstaff at Elizabethan Farm Bureau.
What's your definition of fresh? At Food City, ours starts every morning as our certified butchers hand cut everything you see behind the counter fresh that day. Fresh also means our beef is ground in the store several times a day, time-stamped with the hour it was ground. That's a fresh guarantee. The fact is, it just doesn't get any fresher than this. That's why we say, start fresh with Food City.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we are here live at Phil's Dream Pit. Here's the man making it go. We got here, doors flew open, and they ain't stopped since. Of course, they're closed on Sundays and Mondays, so people have Phil's Dream Pit withdraw because they hadn't had a chance to get us on Saturday. So every Sunday and Monday they're closed. We're going to talk about the Hams coming up here in a second, but he's a big UT guy, so tomorrow night in all, by the way, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you, Tom?
I'm good. Thanks for love coming out and promoting Phil's. And ran into Robert Housewright, had not seen him in 20 years, used to be an Elvis imitator and back in the day, and he was here eating and got to reconnect friendships at Phil's Dream Pit. Love coming out here. Always run into somebody out here I haven't seen in a long time, and this was Robert 20 years ago. So Tennessee tomorrow night at South Carolina, for all intents and purposes, SEC championship, big ball game.
Big ball game. You know, I just all I can say is I hope when the brackets are set that most of these SEC teams are in other brackets, because I'm telling you, this is just Tennessee played well, but just a brutal stretch. Of course, you know, it was great seeing them beat Bruce Pearl at home. That Alabama game, I just soon if we don't have to play Alabama again, not in the SEC tournament, not in the NCAA tournament, because that is an awful good basketball team. And as a Tennessee fan, that's the game probably all year I've been the most proud of, because Alabama set out to shut down Dalton Connect, and they absolutely shut him down.
Yep.
And Tennessee still found a way to win the ball game with other guys, and that's something that's been missing from Tennessee teams in the past. When we'd have a guy that was the guy, if a team figured out how to take him out, we didn't have an answer, and it looked like we had an answer against Alabama, and that was really encouraging.
They're not out of the woods. South Carolina tomorrow night, then they wrap things up with Kentucky on Saturday at the Food City Center in Knoxville. So, yeah, two more before the tournament even starts, and the tournament next week will start next Thursday. Next Wednesday at the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. You talking about a tournament. You're going to have Alabama, Auburn, Tennessee, South Carolina, Kentucky. That's the upper echelon, plus there's going to be somebody who's going to knock somebody off and be an upset special. So it's going to be a heck of a tournament next week.
Yeah, wasn't that South Carolina team ranked 11th or 12th in the SEC preseason?
They were.
Yeah,
they were.
And you know, if there's a basketball tournament, Kentucky's always going to come to play. And then you throw. I mean, my goodness, that's what I said. I don't want to play any. I have. You could put me in a bracket with the top three. I'd rather play them than these SEC teams. This is just. It's really, really good for the conference to see that. But man, my dad used to say the SEC teams beat up on each other all year, and that's what made them so good postseason. There's never been a truer year than this year. It is really just every week you better come to play.
Tennessee 4th, Auburn 13th, Kentucky 15th, Alabama 16th, South Carolina 17th. I think it's all of them. Yep, five teams in the SEC ranked in the country right now. So, and again, tomorrow night, South Carolina will have Bryce Van Huss with a preview. He is the manager on the team, which is really cool. He's from Elizabethton, and so Bryce is Rick Barnes' manager, and he helps do the scouting report. So we will have as we always do, a bird's eye scouting report of the South Carolina Gamecocks down there tomorrow night. I dare say in Columbia, they're probably in there already getting ready for that game tomorrow night.
I'd imagine
they
so.
can't wait. This is the game of the year for them.
You know, the underdogs. It's absolutely. This is a chance to win the SEC regular season. Any idea when the last time South Carolina did that was, Tom?
No clue.
The 90s, I think. They had some pretty good teams back in the early 90s. But
last time they beat us down there? That's what you're asking?
Yeah, well, last time they won anything in the SEC in basketball, regular season or tournament, either one.
I'll research that for tomorrow's show. That's good. Last time they won the SEC, I don't know.
They had some pretty good teams in the late 80s, early 90s, but it's been a long, dry stretch for them.
Yep.
And again, just goes to show what happens when teams start playing together as a team, because no true star on that team. They just play well together, and they play. I mean, they've got a lot of minor stars, but they don't have a Dalton Connect.
No, whose stock is really rising in the NBA. A lot of the teams are saying, we'd like to have this guy next year. So the NCAA, as you heard me say yesterday on the show, the NCAA has now tabled all investigations until further notice after Tennessee and Virginia sued them in court. And Clifton Corker, who is a federal judge out of Johnson City, ruled in Greenville, Tennessee, by the way, last week, that it was illegal. And so Charlie Baker, the NCAA president, said, you know what? I think we're just going to table this for the time being. And so he's kind of backed away. As I said yesterday, I said Friday, and we'll say it again today. On Tuesday, you're watching the demise of the NCAA. The SEC and the Big Ten have said for this college football playoff going forward, we're going to have more of a share. We're going to tell you the team, we want so many teams in there. We want so much of the revenue sharing. And if we don't get it, we're going to separate. We're going to do our own thing, and they can do that. They've got the leverage to do it. I think you're watching the dissolving or the demise of the NCAA as we know it.
I saw a bumper sticker the other day done in orange and white that said, I hated the NCAA before it was cool. I think that ruling just it took all enforcement power away from the NCAA, and without that, they have nothing. I mean, there's nothing left other than the branding. You know, I think of it as like these old electronics companies that went under, that some company in China bought their name up and started selling stuff under their name. That's what the NCAA is going to become. There may still be an NCAA, but it'll be a shell of what it once was. As you said, it's going to be run by the Power 5 conferences, and they're going to do what they want to do, and that's
it.
The end. That is it.
Boom.
Yeah.
We're done. We're going to do what we want to do, and I see them having this power conference, and the NCAA is going to be in charge of everybody else.
Well, and the really smart thing I thought that Tennessee did here that I would have never thought about was going and grabbing a partner in the state of Virginia and not making this Tennessee against the NCAA, but making it two states where just strength in numbers. When
That's a great point.
When the NCAA rules against two states instead of one, or when they rule in favor of two states instead of one, you've kind of got the implication there that this carries over to the entire country as opposed to being a state-specific thing. So really good job by Tennessee grabbing a partner there when they took that lawsuit. Because really, you know, it didn't make sense at the time. I was like, well, what's Virginia got to do with this? Why why are they? Are they
know
just
a dog
afraid they're
in the
next?
Yeah. We're pretty excited because next month, Jennifer Pipkin's going to be on next month, so she's getting ready for next month. She looked at me like, turned around and gave me a look like, don't think so there, cowboy. I got the look.
You got the look I got a minute ago.
Yeah, I don't think so, cowboy. I ain't coming in April. I ain't coming anytime. I'm letting my husband do that, so there you go.
Cassie comes on every now and then.
She does. She does. Yeah. But today I want him to do it, and so we're getting ready to hit this button right here. We're talking to our buddy Brian Pipkin, one of our great sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Brian Pipkin, tell us about the hickory smoked hams for Easter. They are out of this world good. Tell us about them.
Absolutely. So, we smoke hams 3 times a year. We do them for Easter, for Thanksgiving, and for Christmas. And if you've never had one of our smoked hams, I would strongly encourage you to try it. What we do, we take a spiral ham, just really the exact same thing you can buy in the grocery store. We take that little packet of stuff they have and we chunk that in the trash can. We pop the ham on our smoker, cook them for a couple hours with a combination of hickory and charcoal, smoking them. They take them off the smoker. We immediately at that point pop them into a vacuum seal bag. We put our own special brine that we make in-house here on them that's a combination of several things that gives that good flavor, and then we seal it right there in the bag. And the beauty of this is when you cook it, it cooks with this brine juice in it, retains all the smoke flavor because the brine's designed to complement the smoke flavor, not to overpower it, which is what you usually get with the packets in the store. Is they're full of artificial flavors that are designed to kind of mask the taste of the ham. We want to bring out the natural flavor in it, and that's what our process does. They're really good. They're very competitively priced. I look at what Pratt's and Honey Baked Ham, which I think sell more hams than anybody in this area, charge, and we try to make sure that we're actually a little bit under that. I don't think you'd be disappointed at all if you try one of our hams. So just let us know. We're taking pre-orders on them. We cook them to order, so you just call us, tell us you want one. You pay for it when you pick it up, and we have a great time doing these. It's an honor to think of the family celebrations that we're a part of, and that's part of the reason we do it. It was something Phil always took a great deal of pride in, was thinking about a family sitting down at Easter and our meat being the center of that. So we still take a lot of pride in that, and we're more than happy to be a part of your Easter meal.
Hickory Smoked Easter Ham Smokes from Phil's Dream Pit, proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Our buddy Brian Pipkin, the owner of Phil's Dream Pit and the Hickory Smoked Hams for Easter. Pricing, by the way, the phone number to call is 349-6437. Pricing is what?
Pricing's $9.50 a pound. We price them by the pound. Most of the hams are going to come in that 10 to 10.5 pound range. We order them and they come in on a truck, so we don't know exactly what sizes we're getting until we've got them and got them smoked. We do post-cooked weight, so anything that shrinks up in the cooking process you're not paying for. But yeah, it's really good. Average ham right around $100 is what you can figure. A little bigger one may be $105, $110, a little smaller one may be $90. Just depends on exactly what we get there. But you can figure that's going to feed a good family of 8 to 10 for a healthy serving of meal.
I can't wait. As I've said all show, and every time I come out here, I tell the same story because it's true. Every time I take a ham or a turkey somewhere, or in this case, I got some from some folks that were very special to me for Christmas. I want to say thank you for their friendship, and so I bought some of those hams and turkeys and gave them both at Thanksgiving and Christmas, and every one of them, before I even called and asked them how they were, they called me and said, dude, that's the best ham, the best turkey I've ever had. So, and I'm not going to tell you who it is because he'll be embarrassed because I got things for him, but I'm just telling you, everywhere. In fact, I took him. Every time I've taken them to a family gathering or to a meal, they will take the one they had from somebody else. I've seen that every time. The XYZ ham from the XYZ company. Let's put that one in the fridge. Ooh, let's have the one Tom brought. That's how it works, folks. I'm telling you. 349-6437, the number to call. And you have until the 20.
We're going to cut them off on the 27th.
27th.
We got to cook them a couple of days ahead of time because we we're running a restaurant on top of that, so our smoker's full about every day with things for the restaurant. So we have to make a couple of special cooks for the ham. So that gives us time to get them in, get them smoked, and then still be good for Easter.
Your smoker now is Sonny?
Sonny.
Not Sonny. What's her name?
Oh, I call her Reuben James.
Reuben James. That's her right there.
Yeah. Oh, no, Honey. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant the smoker itself. No, Honey is our pit master. Yeah, she's the one that runs that. Well, I was like, I didn't know I'd ever told you the name of the smoker. That's something I got to keep to myself.
So I stumbled into that. I got the wrong name. Her name is Honey.
I like to name our special piece of equipment. Some of them that break down a lot of it don't have quite as famous
name. Yeah.
We got one called Maggie May.
I got you. Breaking your heart.
Song,
oh, yeah.
But,
breaking my heart.
Yeah, no, Honey's our head pit master. She just does a phenomenal job. It's really rare to have a female in that position. There's a couple of well-known restaurants in Georgia and Alabama that have females doing the majority of their cooking. We're the only one I know of in this area, though. So it can be done, and man, they can cook some amazing food, and she is doing that every single day. She's bringing it here, and we just we're really, really lucky to have her. Happy to have her, and she does a phenomenal job for us.
Yep.
If you haven't come by and tried it, try it. You're going to say, "Wow, you're not going to care who cooked it." I promise you that.
Honey, Sonny, Freddie, Leroy, we don't care. It's just good. She does a great job. All right, last thing. I've been here. I come every month. Over the last 30 days, what's been jumping off is there a trend? What folks are getting? Get a little bit of everything.
Ribs and brisket are really trending upward. We're seeing a lot of ribs flying out of here. Of course, we've won Best Year Ribs in Kingsport for more years than I can remember. We're reaching a lot of new customers. A lot of people moving to the Tri-Cities area. We've targeted a little bit of our advertising toward that. So. But yeah, everything we do is good. We do everything in house, but I am seeing a lot of ribs and brisket more so than normal. But pulled chicken, pulled beef, pulled pork. We stay busy most of the time, and all of it's going out of here at a pretty nice clip. When we have to do an order, I'm going, man, do we need this again already?
That's it. It's a happy problem to have.
Yeah, I'll take that any day over the reverse of that. What do we
throwing
do
food out because anybody eating it? There you go.
That's right.
Thank you, man. Love you.
I appreciate you, Tom. We love you, too.
He's a good man right there. Our buddy Brian Pipkin, the owner of Phil's Dream Pit. I'll pull this out so you can jump up and go because I'm getting ready to eat myself. I'm hungry to bear a cub. Sitting here for 2 hours, and then so we I love coming over here and promoting these folks. They do a great job. And again, 349-6437 is the number to call for Phil's Dream Pit. The quest for perfect barbecue. And again, taking those orders, as we said, for the hams for Easter through the 27th, which is that Wednesday, at 349-6437. I promise you, you won't go wrong. Jeff Birchfield, one of our guests, thank you for him being on the show. Matt Birchfield, I don't guess there's any kin, but Coach Birchfield actually pulled the bus off the road and let the girls stretch their legs while he called and did the interview. Thank you, sir. You're so kind. Bill Francis, we had a problem with his phone, and so and that's when Facebook had went down. So we'll try him again. Well, he plays tomorrow, maybe Thursday after he wins. So anyway, thanks again. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. We'll redo this all over again tomorrow at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Thursday we'll be at Lingerfield Drug Center in downtown Elizabethton, and Friday we'll kick off the weekend at Food City in Elizabethton, I think. So out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Our verse of the day. Did I even give the verse? I don't know if I gave it today. Yeah, I did too. Let's do it one more time. The verse of the day is in Ecclesiastes. What a verse. What a great verse. So let's see. Let's hit this right here. And go over here to this. Boom. And hit this one. And here it is. Ecclesiastes. It says, Ecclesiastes 11:5. Listen to this. As you know not the path of the wind. Nope. Don't know how the wind comes or goes. Or how the body is formed in the mother's womb. So you cannot understand the work of God, the maker of all things, who does all. He's a connected God. He's always doing something, moving things here and there in your life and my life. Always. That's what he does. He's behind the scenes, connected God. And so As you know not the path of the wind, or how the body is formed in mother's womb, so you cannot understand the work of God, the maker of all things, who does all. Good way to end it. Ecclesiastes 11:5. Back with you tomorrow. We'll tell you, as always, bloom where you planted, and win or lose, be a good sport. And thanks for watching show number, let's see, it's show number 20, gosh, what is it? Show number 2033 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show here on this Tuesday, March the 5th, from Phil's Dream Pit, Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26, right off the interstate, easy to find, coming in either direction. From Johnson City, as Bear come off and bear to the right, you'll see it. Coming from Kingsport, get off of the Eastern Star exit, come back over top of the interstate, drops down, and there you are. Here we are. So thanks for watching the show. Back with you tomorrow from Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Have a good Tuesday and enjoy this beautiful springtime weather. Back tomorrow, we'll tell you, bloom where you planted, and win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching the Tom Taylor Sports Show live